Hey everybody, Joel at Up North Aquatics. Today we got our Fishroom, first Fishroom update, and I'm going to feed everybody as we go along. I'm going to try to do this one take just to make my life a lot easier. So we'll, on the menu today, our big boy pellets for the big South Americans in the pond behind me, the big boy pond. And then this is a bunch of thawed out, wow that's horrible, thawed out frozen brine shrimp, like 7 servings worth of it, just all thawed out in a cup. That is going to be especially good for getting the white clouds in breeding condition, but everybody else will munch on them too. So let's I guess we'll go ahead and get started. The big boys, nothing much changed here. Everybody still seems to be living life and loving it. These ones are going to eat my hand. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. That's always fun. It's what I love and hate about these guys. Really fun to feed, but really scary to feed at the same time. But yeah, all of our full-grown South Americans are doing really good, and our Pleco's still hanging up under his log. Man, do they make a mess of this water. I'm thinking about grabbing a canister instead of this hang-on back, but I mean the water parameters stayed just fine. Oh, here he comes. See if we can get him eating pellets on camera. That'd be cool. Still camera shy. That's okay. Our fire mouth is coming along though. He's getting a lot more friendly with the camera. He was real nervous at first, but he's cool now. Nobody else cares at all, as you can see. Just pigs, absolute water pigs. I love them. So next on the list for the big boy pellets before we can start feeding the fun brine shrimp is the pond, and we do got a new guy in here. That little baby red cap aranda right there. And it's like these guys know that food's coming. I'll see if he eats. That'd be kind of neat. Just got him last night. And there is medicine in this water, so they might not eat. But anytime I introduce a new fish, normally I do it in a quarantine tank, but I didn't have the luxury of tank space right now. So I actually did throw ICMED's aquarium salt and like some stress guard or stress coat in here, and everybody will sit in it for a week and then get a big water change. And I'll only feed a couple times over the week. None of these fish in here got meds during quarantine anyway, so maybe if there is something I didn't notice, never know. Could be beneficial. It's not gonna hurt. That's the main thing. It's not gonna hurt anybody. So, all right, there's all our big boy pellets. Now, cap those bad boys so I don't knock them over, because I am have to use a rolly chair in here. I'll just start working our way down the line. These are our Albino Cardinal Tetras. Let's see, how much should we give them? See if they eat it, I don't know. Oh yeah. What kind of question was that even? I've never fed them frozen food yet, but they seem to be handling it just well. These guys were an Aquahuna purchase. Again, Aquahuna is amazing. These guys came in awesome shape. Eating right away, schooling right away, no death, no sickness, nothing. They were packaged to be in transit for 5 days, and they came in 3, so even extra precautions were taken. Gotta love when you find a supplier like that. I will be ordering from them again, no doubt. Here's our female betas and our tetras, and I found out the trick to filming these guys is coming down here and turning this light off. Now, I think that made a world of a difference. And our new spotted Raphael cat, who thinks he's hiding because he can't see me, but I can see him. I'll see if those guys are gonna enjoy any of this as well. There we go. Tetras will take a nibble at it. Oh, there's some of the girls are grabbing it too. Cool. This is the first time I fed this in the fish room, the frozen adult brine shrimp, so keep that in mind too. If these guys are a little slower kind of pecking at it, they might not know what it is. I don't know what they were fed before I got them all, so cool. We'll let them chill out. This guy will probably wait for it to hit the bottom and come get it, so if I catch him out of the corner of my eye moving, I'll come back. Our lonely baby Jack Dempsey, who is not afraid of anything at all anymore. Let's turn this back on. He'll be our next glutton here. It's important he gets high quality frozen foods, because I'm trying to get him as big as he can get, as quick as he can get, so he can join that crew over there, and that tank will be done then. So Let's see if he knows what to do with this. And again, extra water changes for this tank because it gets fed a ton. And there's no point in overfeeding if you're not going to keep the water cleaner. You're just going to cause more problems than you could ever solve, and they won't grow right. If they do grow at all, they won't grow right if the water is just dirty all the time. So when you do overfeed something to grow it out, extra water changes, lots and lots of testing. Keep that water clean and give them high protein foods like this though, and you'll be surprised at how quick this guy gets to full size. But follow along with the channel and you'll see. Here's just my random mix of Tetras, Rasboras, plants that grow like crazy, snails, and rainbow shark. I don't know if they'll know what to do with this either. Again, as far as I know, they've never had it. Tetras and Rasboras are getting clued into it pretty quick, but that rainbow shark is still hiding in his actual shark over there. We'll see what happens with him. A few more seconds, then it's on to the next one if he doesn't want to come out. There he is. Come on, fella. He's not going to do it for the camera, unfortunately. Here's our frogs. I'm sure they'll eat it. They'll eat anything. Oh, we got one taker. I don't know. This might be weird for them, though. It's kind of small. If they don't get at the snails in there, well, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, the food's literally hitting them in the face, and they're not eating it. So that was a flop. Oh, there he goes. You saw that? One of them figured it out. Now the other ones are coming up to the surface, so cool. How neat. I love how they just shovel food in their mouths like that. Oh yeah. Took them a minute, but they're going nuts for it. Awesome. It's always fun to see. Here's the one we won't see eating probably. I'll try to target it right on their heads here, but putting a lot of food in there. There is shrimp and snails breeding in here as well, if you can't tell by the snails' nests everywhere. But yeah, guppies will go hard for almost any food. I keep the water. I like the green water in here. I didn't do it on purpose, but I like it because it's very healthy for baby fish, baby shrimps, and baby snails. They can actually eat on that algae, and they can feed on the bacteria that grows in there. And any greenery in the tank is generally pretty good at helping keep nitrates down because green things tend to eat nitrates. So we'll get these guys' lids closed so I don't forget. Baby Jack, get his lid closed up. He's still mucking away there. Oh man, is he cool. All right, get these little guys' lids closed up. Tiny bits for these guys here. Nope, it's probably too much, but there's snails in there. Let's just give it a minute. See, this guy's all over it. The other one, he knows he got fed, but he can't figure out what it is or where it is. They probably haven't seen it either. We'll give them time. It won't take long for him to figure it out. Matter of fact, here he goes. And, oh, completely ignoring it. Well, the snails will get it. Maybe we won't do this with these guys. Snail-only tank's not going to get any. I target feed them their own food and try to breed them out. Tiger barbs will eat literally anything. Here you go. It's like a fish tornado when they start to feed. And let's take a peek before he runs away at our spotted pictus, who will be out as soon as that food touches the bottom. I guarantee it. Or probably as soon as I stop paying attention to them. Regular white clouds. We're probably not going to see them eat because they can hardly see them in here. I'll probably have to get them in one of these glass setups when I get them up and running shortly. The video's coming soon. Golden white clouds, these guys just started eating on camera, so they've been fun. And here they come. Spawning mops in here. Some of the females were looking fat, but a lot of times they don't like to breed unless they get some high quality foods in them. So we'll see how this does. Maybe we can pull one of those when we get these tanks set up, see if we don't get some fry in a couple of days. Going good there. And if you can see it, just look for movement. You said they blend in with the bottom so perfectly. They are eating it. But they're going to be probably the most shy fish in here. That leaves me with one tank here. The school of $7 silver now. The green terror, electric blue, and let's see if we can't get the Bashir to come out. So these guys are just going to get the rest of it, whatever's left. It's going to seem like a lot, but a lot of fish with big appetites in here. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hopefully they put one on for us. I don't know, the 6 of the $7 silver are new, so here they all come. Well, I wouldn't say they're the most aggressive about it, but good to see them eat after like day 2 or whatever. So awesome, good stuff. And there's the green terror's attitude. Fortunately, he's only like that with these guys when he eats. Excuse me, but he does get monitored every single day, because very good possibility he becomes aggressive like that all the time, and I have to, at this point, I'd remove him. I'd probably remove him, put the Jack Dempsey in here, and he would just live out his life in his own tank. I mean, I made a commitment to the fish. He'll live 10 years or so, but he could get really, really scary big, scary fast on us here, so we'll just kind of see what happens with him. Nothing beats that color, though, and I think it'll get better once I start feeding live food. So while we wait for the Bashir to inevitably come out, I suppose I can show you what I'm feeding, and we'll feed the snails quick. Here's like one of the most important tools you can have in a fish room, which, as you can see, put this cup in here so I can reuse it somewhere. Hello. As you can see, I keep all of my foods, even my staple foods, in a fridge. And that is because fish food has a shelf life. It's like if you open a bag of chips, you know, they're good in the bag because it's sealed properly. But if you don't eat them in a certain amount of time, they get gross. And I like buying my food in bulk. So refrigerating it just prolongs that process. Like, if you keep it out in the open, you might get a month out of it. Refrigerating it, you might get a few months out of it. But this is what we fed today. Omega-1 frozen brine shrimp cups. You get 30 of them for $7. So every time I'm out of town, I grab 30 of these and 30 of the bloodworms, because the frozen bloodworms, I feed the puppers, the frozen ones once a week. Then every other day they get either snails or the Zoo Med bloodworms that I showed you in a different video, but they're the moist ones that are stored like cat food. There's the Bashir out and about. The food seems small compared to the fish, but you got to remember their stomach's like the size of their eyeball. So them eating this is like us, you know, eating a slice of pizza, but in bites the size of our mouth. So it does seem tiny for them, but it's really not. They'll get their fill. They don't mind taking bites, whatever it takes to get them to eat. Now, when they get full size, they might not even entertain this small of food, because nature tells them that if it's that small, it's not worth the energy to hunt it down. But right now, it's perfectly fine. And if anything, frozen foods that are high in protein like this are very, very good for growing fish, to keep them healthy, well nourished, and get their color showing and get them growing. But everything's only good in moderation, right? So maybe once a week we'll do a feeding like this, and the rest of the time they'll get their staple foods. They'll have their days where they fast, because in nature they don't eat every day. And the main important thing is always water quality when you're feeding. Pay attention to how much you're feeding. If you're overfeeding, more water changes, you know, and vice versa. If you feed like me every couple of days, you can get away with water changes once every other week or so, and smaller volumes. Just because if the water's good, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So, all right, that's my, I think that's everything I have to show you guys today. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot has changed, other than just adding people and getting some spawning activity out of these guys, which I was figuring would take like months, but took like weeks. So that's really cool. And that's about it. All right, everybody. There's our fish room update and a little bit of feeding action for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Let's Make sure I remember to close these lids here. Sorry. Or else I'll leave it open and it'll drop the temperature and we'll lose water volume to evaporation and all that fun stuff. Might even get some jumpers out of that Tiger Barb tank. You never know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let's talk fish. Like and subscribe, please. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten so far. Again, pushing 50 subscribers. It's just amazing. So thank you, everybody that's here. If you made it this far, thank you for watching through. I really appreciate you guys. Sorry I'm shaking. My hand's on my knee and it's screwing it up every time I talk. Anyway, yeah, like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. You can follow along on TikTok at Up North Aquatics, or join the Facebook group Up North Aquatics Aquarium Advice and Adventures, where we will talk fish and share stories and just have a good time and keep it positive and keep us in the hobby, get new people in the hobby, whatever it takes, man. We're gonna do it. We're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be fun. So again, this is Up North Aquatics. See you soon, and thanks for stopping by. Wow, I almost forgot the most entertaining feeding of them all. The snails. So I've been feeding like primarily algae wafers, but they do get flake food in there because really anything that hits the ground and starts to rot, these guys are all over. They've been picking on the wood, they pick on the dead plants, everything. Probably dead snails, and I have thrown a dead fish in there a time or two, and they'll eat it. So yeah, this was really exciting, really exhilarating. Probably really glad you didn't miss out on that. It's amazing. And in about 3 hours, they'll find it. So, all right, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.